if it were to go to 7 and the Celtics were to win that game 7, I would say it's going to be Jaylen Brown, who is the guy who takes them over the edge over anybody else in the Celtics jersey, because I believe that he does have that dog in him that you were talking about that breeds in Luka. But, man, I got to be with you. I think if it goes 7, Luka and Kyrie are coming in on their villain arc, masked up, ready to rob all the nice people sitting in the first couple rows of the TD Garden and just take the souls of Boston and win Game 7. So I'm right there with you, but I hate to say it. I do hate to say it because, like I told Travis, man, I'm trying to turn up. I'm trying to be out there.
I want to enjoy this city celebrating a ring.
I'm trying to be out there on Storo, running around.
On Storo?
Yeah. Storo, man, because it's beautiful. I'm envisioning a beautiful day, the water glistening.
Oh, yeah.
People out there buzzing, having a great time. That's where I'm trying to be at, man. Enjoying a championship celebration. So I'm hoping the Celtics can pull it out. But I do want to ask you this, since we're talking about this Celtics team and how good they are and how good they can be and the possibility of them winning the championship. 2008 or 2024 Celtics, man. Who are you taking in a 7-game series?
How do you not go with this Celtics team? And I'm not going to talk on recency bias.
Yep.
I'm talking skill. I'm talking talent. I'm talking defensively what they bring.
Yep.
Now, that 08 Celtics team with Kevin Garnett, Tony Allen, right?
Yep.
They could bring some problems. But how deep this Celtics team is right now. And if we're going both teams 100% healthy, right? Everyone contributing on this one?
100%.
How do you not go the 2024 Celtics in 7 games? That's what's tough for me.
Yeah.
What Drew Holiday brings, what Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they're matching up with Paul Pierce on the perimeter. They just completely take him out of that. And then with the size, they can still bang down low with Kevin Garnett as well.
Yeah.
It's tough for me to bet against this Celtics team. I would go 2024. And sure, yeah, there's an inkling of recency bias, but just look on the floor and the eye test. This 2024 Celtics team can lose in the finals. I did just pick them to lose in the finals. I would take them over that 2008 Celtics team.
Yeah, I disagree, to be honest. I'm going to go 2008. And it goes back to the thing that I love to say on this show, man, that dog factor. I think that KG and Paul Pierce and Rondo are coming to punk people. Like, they're just going to come out there. They're going to make you feel them for 48 minutes. They're going to take Porzingis' legs out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to make you work. And I would argue that they were deeper. Honestly, they played 10 dudes in that final series against the Lakers that year that all played 10 minutes or more. So you got guys at the end of the bench who just are ready to play, come in. You got Poe, obviously, PJ Brown, you got Eddie House, you got Sam Cassell. They were all great vets. They all knew how to win. They were all scrappy and hungry. A lot of them that was their one and only opportunity to win the championship. So I think they just had that, we're not losing. We're not letting anybody beat us. We don't care if we're not the most talented team, which they were very talented. Don't get me wrong. They were very talented. But compared to this 2024 team, I think the star power is a little bit higher. Obviously, I would say KG is probably the best player on either side in that series. That's just my opinion. As far as what we've seen now from Tatum and stuff like that, at KG at that time was better. So I just think that they have 10 guys that you play right now. This Celtics team really has 8 that I'm comfortable with. Tillman, is like the 9th probably guy that I'm comfortable with having out there. And then after that, I don't want Cornette in the game, bro.
You don't want Cornette. Dude, Peyton Pritchard matching up defensively with that 08 team. Whew. Same thing targeted. Sam Hauser out on the floor.
Them matching up with him defensively too. Like them trying to guard him is going to be rough for that team. You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of those guards, they were physical, but they were kind of slow-footed laterally, and he makes you work. I think it's a battle of like, what do you like more? Like, not saying that this new age team can't guard. They just don't guard physically. You know what I mean? It's a different type. It's a different type of like imposing defense that they have where they really switch and they get in front of guys and they move really well. That team is really like, we're going to out physical you. And I think in a playoff series, that really carries more weight.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So I went 2024. I like you went 2008. I understand it. And the dog factor that you brought in, I agree. There's more dogs on that 08 team. They're on this 2024 team.
Yep.
that plays into why I do like the Mavericks in 6 or 7 as well.
Yeah.
That dog factor with Luka, and I brought up his history. But who's the dog that you have matching up opposite of him defensively? Because think about it like this. Against the Thunder, Luka averaged 24, 9, and 10.
Yeah.
Shot 44%. And that was with Lou Dort, 6'4", 220, one of the best defenders in the league on him.
Yep.
Timberwolves, Jaden McDaniels, good defender, physically not the same.
Yeah.
32, 8, and 6. So you have Jaylen Brown, who I would start on Luka. I think the big physical defender that JB is, 6'7", 225 yoked.
Yep.
Or you have Drew Holiday, 6'4", 215. Gives up on size, but with Luka, the way he throws his weight around, 6'7", 240, puts his shoulder, gets you on his hip, just knows what to do.
Yep.
But I would put Jaylen Brown on him. Now, think about what I'm asking, though. I'm asking Jaylen Brown to guard the Mavericks' best player.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, hey, dude, because of how it's going to match up, the offense is going to run through you, too. This speaks to the test on Jaylen Brown. I think he's capable of it.
Yeah.
But who would you have defend Luka Doncic in the finals?
Yeah, personally, I would make it a Derek White thing. And it's because I want to save as much as I can for offense for Jaylen Brown and Tatum. And I think he's a good plus defender, same size as those guys that can really do it. It's going to end up being a switching game anyways, right? So you're going to end up having high pick and roll with Luka. And then obviously they're going to just switch, probably try to get KP on the Luka, and he's going to have his dance, right? But my thing is you got to go back to watching those Warriors and Cavs series, right? The Warriors used to do a lot of pre-switching. And so for those that don't understand, they would obviously put a guard on the center, knowing that they're going to sprint up to set the screen, obviously. And then as soon as that switch would happen, right, they would have a guard now switching on to the ball handler instead of a big. And then once the big, who would be lively in this situation, rolls to the rim, Porzingis would run away from the corner, from whoever he's guarding in the corner, to protect the rim and do a lot of that. I think that we might end up seeing some of that from the Boston Celtics in order to kind of mix up the looks that Luka gets, because if you just go up there and you do the high pick and roll switch with KP all day, he's going to have his way, and that's how they want to play, and he's too good to be able to do that. I think Mazzulla is smart enough to know that they're going to have to switch defenses and throw a lot of different looks on those pick and rolls for Luka. So I'm going to say start with D. White, and then obviously it's a by committee situation.
Would it be like Kristaps Porzingis starting out on PJ Washington in the corner, who where if he's back to his level of shooter, which was bad against the Timberwolves, bad against the Clippers, then like you said, that helps. KP on the back door, helping recover, protect the rim, right?
Yeah.
And then you start out maybe like a JB on the lively. This is what makes the Celtics so tough to pick against too.
Yes.
Because it could be Drew Holiday and Derek White on Kyrie, then the Jays on Luka. Right. And no matter how many picks they set and what they do, it's a carbon copy on the other. Now, D. White's a little bit of a different defender than Drew Holiday. 100%. Same thing with Tatum and Brown, right? Yeah. Brown much more athletic and maybe stronger too, and you're asking more of Tatum on the other end. This is where it's tough. This is why I feel dirty saying Mavericks in 6. I'm not going to talk my way out of it by the end of this podcast. I got to go. I got to put my heels in the ground.
Yes.
But I love that you point that out with the pre-switch. How do they set it up? And how do they protect? Again, it comes into the importance of Kristaps Porzingis, because if Al Horford's on the floor, if Luke Kornet's on the floor, they're going to be smelling blood. They are going to be hunting. Horford was hunted back last time the Celtics were in the finals. He was hunted all throughout this postseason. Mavericks are going to do the same with the 2 guards they got.
Yeah, they definitely are.